Hi and welcome to this little addendum to Workshop 9. Where we finished off in Workshop 9, basically what we had was the servers connected to the NFS server and we could share content. However, I didn't really wrap it up that well because what I left you with was basically you could drop some files in, and we do anything as root user by using the sudo command. So I thought what I'd do is I'd just tidy up that whole workshop just by finishing off how we end up with a load balanced application. So what I've done is inside the HTML folder on each of the servers, I've actually added in a upload.php and a index.php. The index.php file generates a form, and that allows me to pick a file, and then the upload script actually drops it into the content folder. And I've put that on all three of the servers. So there's server 1, just jump to server 2. If I go ls-la, we can see the same's in there. Now there's one thing that I haven't done on here, and that is I exposed the NFS share, the content store, with read-write privileges. But the only application or only user that has read-write in here at the moment is the root user, and that's what I was doing when I was putting files in. To transfer that folder over to the Apache web server, I have to change the account and group that the actual owns that directory. Now, when we were setting up Apache, we saw that www-data was the actual username and group name that was allocated for the Apache daemon to run under. So if I change this content folder to be owned by www-data, I can use it to read and write now. I don't have to be the root user. To do that, all I have to do is, using the sudo command, change the ownership to www-data and www-data. So that's user and group of content. Now when I change that, if I now list the folder up, we can see that it's owned. And if I go to the other two servers and list them up, it will have done exactly the same. So it's now owned by the same user. Again, index.php is on both of them, so is the upload. And if I go to the last server there, we can see it. So 1, 2, 3, they're all exactly the same. So what I'm in a position to do now is use that to upload the data so we can see it in its sort of like full implementation. So on the machine, I've downloaded a index.png file, and that file is 5,391 bytes in size. So that's just a good indication of what it is. So from this client machine, I'm going to connect to those servers and I'm going to do an upload. So if I go to my web browser, if I go to student.co.uk, www of course, now I don't know which server this is going to take me to, but the application files are on all three servers. So I don't know where I've gone, but the files that I wanted have now been accessed, and index.php is the default file. So on my machine, if I now browse and go to the pictures folder, I can pick up this index file. And as we can see, it's just a logo. So I open that file, upload it, and it comes up and says successfully uploaded. So I know that I know where it's going to put it. It's put it into content, and it's called index.png. Now again, I can't guarantee which server it's going to. It's probably gone to the same one, but the fact is I upload the file and it's there. If I go to the servers and have a look, we can see the file is right there, and notice who it's owned by. Read-write access for www-data, and that's on ww1. If I go to ww2 and do the same, ls-la content, we can see the file is there. And if we go to 3, we will get exactly the same, ls-la content. So there we go. So that's basically how it all works. So that is now fully load balanced, and we've actually got a little dynamic application there. So all we need to do now is to allow us to have that load balanced infrastructure running a full-blown application, which requires metadata to be stored, etc. We just need to add the database in, and that's what we're going to do in the next session, session 10. So I'll see you there.